Let's talk Instagram. Instagram for real estate agents. And look, it's changing often, but there are some things that will always be great when it comes to social media. And those will be like, comment, message, live in the comments, posting consistently. That's just all part of it. I need you to show up. But these are 8 things that I want to go over with you that I think some of you are missing an opportunity on. And even if you have a great following right now, it's all about continually testing things out and adapting as Instagram grows. This episode is brought to you by brillianttribe.com. Check us out. And I do have a Google Doc for this one as well. If you need this, let me know, and I'll send this over by Instagram. So message me on Instagram, and before you message me, friend me so that I get the message, and then I'll send it right back. Instagram, when it comes down to it, is like every other social media outlet. You need to provide value. You need to provide consistent visibility. That means you need to show up often. And you need to relate to people, at least the audience that you're trying to attract. It may not be everyone, and that's okay. So where I like to start when it comes to real estate is the easiest thing for most people to do, and that's local market updates. Listen, you live in your area. You know what's happening. I hope that you're checking your MLS as far as what's sold, what's active, expired, all the good stuff. The hack for me is I can use Altos research, or I can go and use other stats that I have outlined on the MLS. It's pretty easy at this point. The key is to interpret it. It's your job to give your opinion. That's why people eventually tune in. And so when I'm looking at this, I think you have a lot of opportunity when it comes to providing market data that's local. So I'll give you an example. I'm in Los Angeles and Ventura County. What I want you to do, if you were me, is go to the news that's local and national and see what's there first. That is the easiest way because the news is grabbing that information and they're making great headlines. You could literally just snapshot that, put it as a background, and talk about that title. And that's already a hook. In fact, you watch some of my videos, this is one of my staples, talking about the market. Now, I talk about the market nationally when it comes to real estate agents, but more locally when it comes to my consumer. That's what we mail out. That's what we have a different YouTube channel for. But the reason that this works is because people want to know what's happening locally. They want to know first what they should be worried about, what's okay, what's not okay. And they need a voice that they can trust. And that's going to come down to you if you show up consistently. All right, next one. Number 2, personal stories with a real estate angle. And I think this is where it's okay to tell that story of you having a bad day in real estate. People want to kind of see what's happening in your day. How did it go when you door knocked? How did the open house go if you take me through the day? Some people, not me, are really good at taking people through the whole day. And they do it in stories or they do it in little short videos that they then piece together. And then at the end, it looks amazing. I suck at that. But if this is you, you could definitely do amazing. In fact, this type of content is performing really well on social media, specifically on Instagram. Here's the example I wrote out. This is an example. Yesterday, I helped a first-time buyer win their dream home in a multiple offer situation. It reminded me how important it is to have a strategy because sometimes it's not about being the higher offer, but the smartest. Let me explain, and then you can get into it, right? And I think this is where, hold on, let me change that up on the Google Doc. This is where we can get a lot more creative. People need to know that you have the knowledge and more importantly, that you're answering those questions that the consumer has. What are their frustrations? How are you answering them? You're answering them through stories. That's how you're doing it. Number 3, this is the easiest one that you do. In fact, this is the one I see the most of, but I still need you to do it. I just need you to mix everything else in too. And this is just sold, just listed, and open houses. Like, tell me what you just sold. Tell me what you just listed. Tell me the open house. But I want you to give me the tours I want you to tell me what you love about the home. I want you to tell me what the seller loved about the home. I want you to tell me all of those little things that tell me the story and that engage me, right? Number 3 is pretty easy, self-explanatory. Just stick to the storytelling and stick to the tour part. Those tours do absolutely really well. And get creative. Number 4, local events and businesses. Let me read this one out to you because we can do a better job on this one than we're doing. So I wrote this out for me. The type of post that we're talking about here will deepen your connection to the community and earn your organic engagement from business owners and from the locals. This is you going to the local ramen place, the library, wherever it is, and showing me why it's a cool place, or why the food tastes good, or why the people are so friendly, or the things to do locally, or how this coffee shop's been around forever and that it used to be this building and you're glad they took over because it's just the most amazing culture, right? Tag the business when you post it, and then they will share it as well. I'll give you an example here that I wrote out. If you haven't tried the honey latte at, and then put the local cafe shop, you're missing out. Supporting small businesses is one of my favorite things about living in this city, or whatever you want to write there. Anyway, that's just an example. Number 5, your hobbies and life outside of real estate. Believe it or not, people love it when you talk about what you're doing on the side. A lot of the views that I get on my stuff is from me talking about my journals, what I'm reading, the stuff I'm buying, right? Look at this. All this stuff. The point is, showcase what you love. And I put an example here. I have an example for all of them. But the example I have here is I wrapped up 2 showings this morning, then hit the trails for a quick hike before the afternoon rush. Grateful for the city and balance it gives me. Something easy, right? Number 6, community polls, this or that. Now, I've talked about this one before. This one for me is really easy, especially in real estate, because people always want to give their opinions of what kitchen is better, what paint color is better on the door, what should be remodeled, the bathroom or the kitchen first. Right? You have so many options when you're going through property that you see. In fact, if you have your camera out, your phone, and you're going through different properties, snap a picture of 2 different kitchens and say, hey, I just saw these. Which one's better? Snap a picture of maybe the backyard or the front of the home. It gives people the opportunity to interact with you in a level which they want to interact. They want to give their opinions. And this is stuff that you're already doing in the first place. So showcases so people can see that you're actually working. Number 7, educational tips. This is what I do a lot of. For the consumer. Some of these videos have gone absolutely viral, and I want you to look at the opportunity you have in educating. Think of one thing. What question are you answering for the consumer that you're serving? So you're asking a specific question and you're answering it, right? What's the question that's being asked by the consumer? Now ask it to yourself and then answer it. How would you answer it? And that's important because it comes from you. It's your opinion. It creates your following, right? And number 8, this one needs to be intertwined because client testimonials and gratitude posts work really well. We've seen them work well. People want to know that you're serving others, and they want to know what others are saying about you. So whether it's a video, whether it's an actual testimonial written out with 5 stars, or even 4 stars, or even 1 star if you want to talk about one time that you screwed up or one time that you didn't see eye to eye. Whatever you want to do. Anyway, those are the 8. There is a bonus in here. If you need the Google Doc, let me know. I'll send it over to you. Have an awesome day.